everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm hoping you can tell straight away, but I have had a camera upgrade. I finally managed to get my hands on the Osmo Pocket 3. So that is what I am currently filming on, and as you can see I'm out and about. So at the minute I am going across to SM Aura. So I have booked in for a haircut. I am in desperate need for one, and people recommended the Tony and Guy downstairs in SM Aura, so that is where we're going. My appointment's at 3 o'clock, I think it's about 1:45 now. Just waiting at one of the crossings, and as you can tell it's very windy today and the sun's not really out, but it's still warm as it always is in Manila. So yeah, I thought you could spend today and maybe tomorrow with me just seeing what I get up to living in the Philippines. I'm very excited to get my hair cut. So obviously my hair is quite long, but I have very fine and thin hair, and it's got even worse the last 12 months. So the last 12 months I've actually lost quite a lot of hair. I think it's a mixture of a change in water. Also, I have a condition called polycystic ovarian syndrome, which means that my hormone levels basically are out of sync, and as a result of that you get very fine thin hair. And then on top of that I've also got iron deficiency anemia, which was untreated for a while last year. So now I take iron supplements every single day. So my hair is starting to improve. I take iron supplements, I take collagen, I take different things to help my PCOS, to help balance my hormones out. But you can tell right on the ends that it's getting quite thin, and it's a difficult one because I do really like having long hair, so I don't want to just chop it off and go short. I don't really think I'd suit short, but I know I need a good chunk chopping off. And then I think I just want to add like some layers in at the front just to try and give it a bit of extra volume. So yeah, we'll see if they do a good job. We have arrived at SM Aura. I have been here the last 3 days. I'm always here. It's like my favourite mall out of them all. Hello. It's really sad because the Christmas tree has gone. The Christmas tree was all like set up over here and it's all gone now. But we need to go downstairs, just do a quick time check. So it is 14:59, so we've got a minute. A minute until my appointment. Some quick speed walking. Going down. On the bottom floor down here, they've got these really cute food stands, and they're always here, and they're like small businesses, which I really love, but we're nearly here. Right, let's go in. Yes, that's TikTok. Found it. That's me. Thank you.
We'll wait for that.
Thank you. Oh, you went to London. What's the weather like? Was it cold?
Summer, but it's raining.
Yeah, always raining.
We stay in Paddington.
Yes. So I'm from an area called Yorkshire. So have you heard of Manchester? So I'm further up. So my accent's a little bit different. It's snowing in England at the minute. Yeah. Did you like London? Did you like different? Expensive. Very expensive. This is where my mum lives in England yesterday with the snow. All snowy. Freezing. I told them to come to the Philippines for the sunshine. Although we had rain on Christmas Day, didn't we? Yeah, rain, rain and rain.
Lauren? Yes. 1,350 ba for your haircut?
Sorry.
Card payment naman?
Yes, please. That is my hair all done. They've done a really good job. However, I am hungry, and one of my favourite things about SM Aura is the food court on floor 4. So we're going to go across there now. The staff in Tony and Guy were so lovely, and they curled my hair. They did the cut exactly how I wanted, with some length off the bottom and a bit of layering around the front, just to try and add a bit of volume in, and it came to 1,350 pesos in total. So I personally think that's a really good price. I was there for like an hour in total. So yeah. This is the food court in SM Aura. It's huge, and then like it's got the odd like restaurant in the middle, but most of your options around the outside. I think I've got an idea of what I want. I think I'm gonna get a pepper lunch express, which is in the bottom corner over here. Look, they've got robots in here. Cook Ross over here. Gonna get pepper lunch express. Gonna get the beef and rice, I think. So I've ordered the beef pepper, I think it's called, rice dish, and then just got a buzzer. So once it's ready, I will go and collect it, and I got a Coke Zero. But yeah, I'm really happy. I feel like it's a much better blend. I'll go and get my food. It is ready. This is what it comes looking like. So you've got to let the beef cook. And then I've got some sauces. I'm not too sure what they are, but I always just chuck them on. And then just mix it all together. I forgot to get a spoon, so I'm eating rice the Western way with a fork. But I'm really enjoying this new camera. I've got the fisheye lens on it, just so that you don't have to like see every single pore in my face, and you can see a little bit more of like the background. I'm hoping that the mic quality is really good also, but I'm just finding it much easier to film. Like before I was filming on my phone, but I also try and film like TikTok videos on there, so having different things to film different things on is so much easier, and it's just easier to just grab this out. It comes with its own little tripod just to like set it up, so I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm just trying to let this cool down before I eat it, because I can see the heat, the steam coming off it. I do not want to burn my mouth. I've had this before and I really liked it. A bit of the beef, it's fully cooked. Delicious. Right, I am gonna enjoy this, and then I will speak to you all in a minute. Have a quick look in Kultura. I love it in here, it's all like Filipino things. Hello, good afternoon. I've got these like really cute hand painted like wooden trays. They're $999. These have got like the homemade like baskets, and they've got throws, tea towels. Really nice those. That's $399. I love this. Like, that is so beautiful. And look at these little trinket boxes. Okay. Jeepney. Then they've got like loads of really nice tote bags and t-shirts and things. I'm not really gonna do much shopping today. As I said, I haven't been here the last 2 days actually shopping, so I think we're gonna go to Highstreet. I need to get some things to cook for dinner tonight, and I'll just have a browse on Highstreet and see if there's any shops there that I want to go into. And then we'll go to Landmark before we go back. And luckily it's still light outside, but we're just about to go to this crossing down here so that I can get to Highstreet, and it is the most chaotic road I think here in BGC. There is traffic in all different directions, there's crossings in all different directions, that I'm glad that there's people to help you. I'll show you. Like, it is just chaos, this road. Gotta cross quickly before we get rid of it. We'll walk down this way, which brings us to like one end of Highstreet, which is next to the Market Mall. Had someone ask me to start touching on what the weather is like in the Philippines. So it is, I think, it's the beginning of January, and over Christmas and New Year all it did was rain. Obviously it's still warm. At the minute the weather is a little bit cloudy, but we've had some really nice blue skies, which has been lovely. It's not been raining, and it's probably still 30 degrees, but there's been a bit of a breeze, so it felt like 25 degrees. So it's a really lovely temperature to go and like walk about with. So it's a really nice temperature to explore, but you can obviously still wear like your summer clothes. Like, I just live in sandals, but I do also wear my jeans a lot. But I imagine when it comes to like April, May time, the jeans will be going back in the wardrobe unless I have completely acclimatised. But I remember when we first moved out here, it was so hot. So yeah, hopefully I've acclimatised and then I can still wear my full wardrobe. So the first bit of Highstreet by Market, there's loads of different restaurants, and then the next section is a mixture of a few places to eat and shops, and it's kind of like that for the rest of the stretch. Thank you. As you can see, there is always people to help you cross the road. I know people say that it's not very safe. I think you've just got to get used to it, and you've just got to be aware, like, don't just be on your phones when you're trying to across the roads because the traffic can be a little bit wild out here. Like, just because it's a green pedestrian light doesn't mean that the bikes are always going to stop. So you just have to be very aware. Do you know what? It's actually really sad seeing Highstreet without any of the Christmas decorations up. We are nearly at the end of Highstreet that I want. So this, I think, is called Central Square, so it's where they've got the 4D billboards, and there's 2 malls here as well. I'm going to go into one of the malls that's got Marks and Spencer's in, as I am trying to hunt down their caramel syrup. It's a sugar-free one, and the last few times I've been in, it's been completely out of stock, and it's Chris's favourite, so I keep trying to pop in. But this section here, there's like a big amphitheatre, so on a weekend when they do like events, there's always things going on in this section here, and then by the 4D billboards there's always things going off, and on a weekend they close that bit of road off, but I'll show you in a second. But Highstreet is like one of my favourite places in BGC because there's just no cars here. There is a good mixture of shops with malls. I've obviously got the aircon in when it gets hot. There's so many different restaurants, a mixture of restaurants from like all over the world, but then they've got like some Filipino places like Mary Grace. I love Mary Grace, so like it's such a good place to come, and there's so many different choices. But yeah, we're nearly at the mall that I want to go into, which is just this one here. So this is the Central Square Mall. It's quite a small mall, there's not really loads here, but Marks and Spencer's is on 3rd floor, 2nd or 3rd floor, and it's got like a little cafe. It's one of the bigger Marks and Spencer's that I've seen out here, so we'll go and see if they've got the goods. I really hope they do. We are Marks and Spencer's. So they've only got vanilla. They don't have the caramel in. Have a look and see if they've got anything else in. As the last time I was here, they're starting to sell off all the Christmas bits, which I'm hoping means that Easter is on its way. Marks and Spencer's seasonal things, they are so good. They are expensive, and they're expensive in England, but there's just something about M&S quality. But as you can see, like a lot of the Christmas stuff is on 20% off. There's not really loads left, to be fair. These are just like regular stuff. These are some of my favourites, the double chocolate mini bits. But all of these tubs are so delicious. This one, chocolate and orange, is also delicious. But unfortunately, they didn't have what I wanted. So we will just go across to Landmark and just get things for dinner for tonight. Chris has requested chicken nuggets, but homemade ones. I think I'm going to have mine with spaghetti. Tomato spaghetti with like a big breaded chicken thing. So we'll get those. I am terrible and pretty much just go to the shop every day and get the things that I need. So the only thing that I found is that the meat goes off so quickly, so I prefer to just buy it fresh every day rather than like just letting it sit for a few days. I don't know if anybody else has found that. I personally go to Landmark and I get my meat from there, but I just find with the chicken especially, if it's been in the fridge for like more than 2 days, it can start to get a little bit of a smell to it, so I just prefer to do it this way. But obviously some of the meat is imported, but I'm assuming it's already like pre-frozen, so I can't like pre-freeze the meat either. So yeah, I just go to the shop, but I have the time to do it, So I don't mind at all. Out the back of this mall, you're pretty much nearly at Landmark. You just have to cross the road here. Watch the cars. Go around. Hello! And Landmark is just this one over here, which, like I said, is where I get most of my groceries from. I think it's got the best selection. The fruit and veg and the meat is the freshest out of them all, but like I said, I am just still very careful with the chicken. I do just think the chicken goes off quite quick out here. Get my little trolley. Hello! Get some nice grapes. They look nice. Sorry. I don't actually need any other like fruit or veg. I've got onions and I've got salady bits in, I've got some bananas in, and I've got some apples. I love apples so much at the minute. I don't really think I need anything else for tonight, because I'll just dice some onions and garlic, which I've already got in, to do as like the base. Go and get some drinks whilst we're down at this side of the shop. Some Coke Zero. This is all we ever drink. I don't really need very much today. Stocked up on milk yesterday. Chris came to the shop with me yesterday, so when he comes I stock up on things so he can carry it all. We don't really need very much today, just a bits for dinner this evening. So I just need to get some chicken, some seasoning. I want some like biscuits things, like oat biscuit things for my breakfast tomorrow. I'll make the tomato sauce myself with some tomato paste, some stock, just in seasoning aisle now, and get some seasoned crumbs, crispy fry. This is what I use for the chicken and it's really nice. Go to the butcher's section now. Hello, can I just have one of the breast fillet trays, please? Thank you. Just those up. Oh, I know what I need to get. My favourite thing. So I have been on a bit of a health kick the last couple of years actually, and I very much have a sweet tooth, but these are perfect. So they're like frozen yogurts. So I think I'm going to stick with my favourite one, which is the chocolate. This where you can get like loads of imported things. So you can get dark chocolate, McVitie's Digestives, which is a British thing. Or you can get little mini ones, that's well cute. This is what I'm wanting here. So it's the Quaker Oats chips. I'll get a couple of those. They've got some new flavours by the look of it. They've got mini oat with raisins, apple and cinnamon. I bet they're delicious. And the honey nuts. I like the chocolate ones. But they've got like American chocolate. They've got like Filipino chocolates like the Goya brand. They've got like Japanese and Korean chocolate. They've got a lot of like Swiss chocolate. They just don't have very much British chocolate. I'm going to see if they've got a nice bar of dark chocolate. It's usually down this way. It's just very expensive. What's this one down here? Swiss dark chocolate. Get one of these to try maybe. Get one of those to try. I think that's all I need. It's not a very big shop today. I didn't realise how much Filipinos love vloggers. Like, people are just waving all the time, but they keep waving when I've not even got the camera on, so I keep going, oh sorry, it's not filming. But yeah, it's quite funny because obviously I've just been filming on my phone before, so it's not always as obvious what I am doing, but now I've got like a vlogging camera. People know exactly what I am doing. So we're just gonna walk back now and we're just gonna go past the billboards. So I'll show you those for those people who have never been to the Philippines or have never been to BGC. It's a very well developed area of the Philippines, and I hope that, you know, everywhere in the Philippines eventually gets to this level. I'm not saying everywhere in the Philippines needs to be, you know, big high-rise buildings, but gets to the point of being extremely modern with a really good infrastructure kind of level. But yeah, I'll spin you around and show you the 4D billboard now. So there's one of the billboards and then like the main crossing here, and this road here gets closed on a weekend. So on a Saturday and a Sunday there is no cars allowed. They try and keep Highstreet more pedestrian friendly, so they cordon it off. Sometimes they'll have markets here or events here. Sometimes it's just as simple as they just close it off for like the e-scooters and bikes, so people can go on those. You see a lot of children come in with roller skates, and you'll see them roller skating on a weekend as well. And then over here on the other side you'll see some fountains, and then this is another mall inside here, and that one's good for like clothes shopping. It's got a really big Zara, and then down this strip here there's some really nice restaurants like a Mano, which is one of our favourites, which is like an Italian style one. But yeah, this is partly why we decided to move to BGC, is because it is so pedestrian friendly, and I feel very safe here, and I think that's a really important thing, especially being a young female, is that you want to feel safe. And because me and Chris obviously are pretty much together 24 hours a day, it's nice to have that bit of time apart to be independent, and I'm able to get that here in BGC, whereas where we lived before I was able to go to like Rockwell area on my own, but there was just certain areas that I didn't personally feel comfortable going on my own. So we decided that we just prefer to have our base here in BGC, and we've been here a few months now and I do not regret it at all. Like, I am very happy to explore majority of BGC on my own, which I think is a very good thing. And I get it, I get when people will ask why we don't like live in other areas. And there's a few reasons. We needed somewhere that had a good infrastructure with really good Wi-Fi for Chris for his working and for his trading. I wanted somewhere that was pedestrian friendly so that I could go out and explore. But we also wanted somewhere that wasn't far from an international airport. Because obviously we are very far away from our family and friends. So if there is ever an emergency, I want to be able to get back to England as quick as I can. So being able to get straight to the airport in about 15 minutes, jump on a plane to England, is much easier than being on one of the islands where you then have to try and get a flight to either Cebu or Manila to then get the flight internationally. And we've never experienced city life. Chris has always wanted us to live in New York, and maybe there will be a point in our life that we do decide to go and live in New York, but we've always lived in the countryside, so living in a city was something we wanted to do. We wanted to like experience this, and we are enjoying it. I do think long term we want to settle down in the countryside, have some land, and be quite self-sufficient. But whilst we're young and in our 20s, this is something that we are really enjoying. And if you are thinking of moving abroad to the Philippines, for example, you want in city life, you want in modern, you don't want to feel like you've stepped back in time, you want an area that is super safe where you can get a variety of food, you can get imported goods. BGC is perfect for that. It's now about 9 p.m. and I've just finished cooking dinner, so I'll just show it to you. So I've got tomato pasta with like a breaded chicken with some cheese. It was meant to be spaghetti, but I didn't have enough in. And it's a bit like a healthy version of a tomato spaghetti with fried chicken. And Chris just has a plate of chicken nuggets because that's what he wanted. So we're gonna sit and enjoy this now. I mean, it is Friday night, so I'm gonna sit and eat it on the sofa. We do normally sit at the table, but we're really enjoying watching Suits at the minute. So if we sit on the sofa, we can always try and squeeze an extra episode in before Chris starts working. We're on season 2, episode 10. So it is now actually Sunday. I ended up not filming anything after we had our food on Friday evening. Chris went and did some trading and we ended up having a really late night. He didn't finish trading until 5 a.m. So yesterday we got up very late because we'd gone to bed so late, and I didn't really do very much yesterday. Chris went to the gym, but I didn't get loads done. I did some editing. I started editing this video, did some content for YouTube and just boring like admin things. And now it is Sunday. I am going back down to Highstreet, and I remember at the end of the video I was talking about what Highstreet's like on a weekend. So I thought I'll just film all of that for you. I've just styled my hair for the first time since having it cut, and it feels very short, but I do actually really like it still. So yeah. One of the things that surprised me the most when I moved here is how everything's open on a Sunday and how everywhere is so busy on a Sunday. So England is a Christian country like the Philippines, and on a Sunday we have reduced hours. So shops are only allowed to be open for 6 hours in a day. So usually between 10 and 4 or from 11 till 5, and then they have to close. And it's crazy that here's also a Christian country, but everywhere is always open and it is so busy. Like everyone gets together on a weekend, like with their families and stuff. So I just find it really interesting. I am nearly here at Highstreet. I don't even know if they've got any events on this weekend. This section of road's always closed off. Hello, good evening. Thank you. But sometimes they'll have like different things set up and like different events on, but I don't know if they're just a bit quieter with events at the minute because they had so much on over Christmas. So we'll see. It looks like they're just on scooters and roller skates. But we'll have a look. I'll spin you around. Cordon this section of the road off here all the way down to the bottom. So all of Central Square is pedestrian friendly on a weekend. And you can probably see like there's loads of people on bikes and scooters. And yeah, it's always quite crazy. This is fairly quiet actually for High Street on a weekend, but you see loads of people taking pictures and things. They've still got some of the holiday billboard signs up, but there's not loads going on. I'm going to walk across to the amphitheatre to see if there's anything going on there, but you can probably see in the background like there's a lot of people everywhere, but it's always just like that on a weekend. Like it's always busy, and like some of the restaurants, like so this one here, Din Tai Fung, there is always a massive queue on a weekend. I don't know how good the lighting is, but you'll always find cats in BGC. Hello! So all the cats in BGC are looked after. There is like I don't know if it's like a charity or it's just locals that volunteer, and they have a process in place that all the cats get neutered and vaccinated and fed, and they have probably like a spreadsheet or something that keeps on track of them, and then when they're well enough they put them up for adoption to try and get them rehomed. So I think people will naturally come to BGC and abandon cats because they know that they're going to get looked after. So I'm at the amphitheatre now, and there doesn't seem to be anything going on. Maybe there's not much going on this weekend. As I said, as it is, we've just finished Christmas and New Year, and they've been doing the fireworks and loads of different events, that maybe it's quite quiet this weekend. So unfortunately there isn't anything that interesting going on this weekend that we can go and explore. So I am just going to go to Landmark and get my food shopping. I have no idea what I am going to cook tonight, but I am sure I will come up with an idea. I have made it back from Landmark and doing my food shop, and Landmark on a weekend is hectic, especially on a Sunday. It was so busy in there. But one thing that I love is that there's always like live music playing as you walk in. So it's a really nice vibe in there on a weekend. But yeah, BGC on a weekend is very busy, but it's such a lovely vibe that's going on. Like everyone coming together and spending quality time with each other, going out for food, just playing in the street. Like it is really nice, and it's something that I love. Like in England, on a Sunday, like I said earlier, we have the reduced working hours, and most people will just have like a chilled Sunday. So traditionally we'll have like a Sunday dinner together, which is very similar to one of our Christmas dinners. But then like we don't really do very much. So it's nice that, I guess the benefit of everywhere being open on a weekend here is that, you know, it gets people together, it gets people going and spending time together, and it's probably one thing that's good for the economy. Whereas in England, a lot of the high streets and town centres, they're very, very empty, and they're losing a lot of money, and there's not as many shops. There's a lot more derelict shops because people just don't go to them. We rely too much on online shopping. So yeah, it's very nice to see a difference out here and to see that community feel, everybody getting together, seeing people being active on the scooters and the bikes, and just a lot of joy in the air. So yes, it was lovely. I hope you've all enjoyed today's video. I will try and plan something a little bit more exciting for next week, as I know I've not really been up to much the last few weeks, so I will come up with an idea of something that will be a bit more interesting for YouTube. So this was just a couple of days in my life. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!